Good morning. It's me again, here in the basement with the cute little kitty cat. He's currently asleep in my lap, being adorable, so you can't see him. Oh, he's the best little kitty cat, aren't you? You the best? You the best? Oh, are you gonna? Oh, okay. I guess he's the best at wandering off when I thought he was asleep. Um, but yeah, I'm just doing me a little update. I'm getting a bit further on my back stocks. I've got a few things on my my Facebook sales page, and like I said, I'm doing it in the comments. I'm not doing it with the catalog because it wants me to monetize, and I'm not really sure that what I'm doing is something that'll monetize very easily. So that's kind of where that is. But things in general just seem to be getting a little bit better. It's pretty clear that it is shopping season. Christmas shopping has begun. I'm not making a whole lot of money, but I can tell by my sales that people are starting to get interested in some of the toys and things. And I've got some kind of new. It's an old pattern, but it's a new idea. I've got Boo, little ghost bee. Isn't that cute? Now, I know I'm gonna have to have at least two of these up there at all times because some of you guys have a sense of humor, and it's a Boo bee, so people might want a pair of them. But that's just that's just me. It's just what I'm thinking. There's probably other people that would think like that, but I had a little trouble getting these going because I ran out of stuffing, and then my son ordered some off of Amazon and it took forever to get here for some unknown reason. This happens. It does. But it got here and I did my things, and now I'm just trying to get stuff going, and it feels like I'm just overall things are just getting a little bit better. I still don't have a bed, but I'm looking forward to when I do get enough sales to where I can get a bed and start paying off my debts and um just all that good stuff. Uh I just don't know what to do at this point because as I'm talking about how to help disabled people get an income, it just seems like the economy's there's just all so much weirdness going on with the economy, and I'd apply for a job, but I can't do full time. I can't do all the things, and people probably won't hire me just because of that. Because there's so many people so many companies need people who will show up and do full shift and stuff because they're having a hard time getting staff for some reason. And yet I see a whole bunch of able bodied people in the homeless camp. I don't get it. If you can work, go to work. I don't get it. But it's just crazy. That's something that bugged me because last night we saw this really young guy. I I don't know how old he was. He just looked like he wasn't even out of his teens, and he's already covered in homemade tats and just done with life and doing drugs and getting high and like practically overdosing on the stairs on the school stairs across the street. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Just like, how can somebody so young just be completely done with life? I've been through a lot myself, and I just didn't want to give up. There's just so much left in the world, and I wish people could do that. And I want to help them, I do, but I just between being tiny and fragile, I just don't feel like me right now where I am, I can do much to help them. And because they're not ready, they're stuck in whatever they're stuck wherever they were when they got homeless. So I don't know what to do about that. But I do want to help them. But I know it probably requires them to go to places like rehab or the mental place, a mental hospital. That we do it a lot differently than we used to. People still don't want to go because of the stigma. But seriously, if you're so crazy you can't keep a job, you can't keep your house, you got to do something about it. Because a lot of people have mental health issues, and it's the stigma isn't as bad for having to take medication, but I think being put in the mental hospital, having to be put in an institution will situation still has a pretty significant stigma. So, um, but I still wish that I could convince them to do that, because that would actually be in their best interest, that they could actually do something with their lives, so what's left of their lives, because a lot of these people have the potential for living for quite a while, and it's just sad to see them getting that way. I don't know, but um, I keep seeing that the city of Spokane has these ideas, but none of them include things like counseling and rehab, which these people actually need, and you can't put them into housing without stabilizing their mental state, or they're just going to burn the house down. And that's not going to help anybody. It's just, it's just so frustrating. So it's crazy. But it does look like they're trying to come up with some kind of a plan. I'm hoping that they do include rehabilitations into these plans, because a lot of these people do need the rehab, and they probably, some of them, depending on what they're doing, because I know a lot of them are using needles. So I know sometimes with that heavier stuff, you have to relocate. And I know because you get clean and you're happy and I'm going to start my life. And then some friends like, hey, dude, you want to? And because you're an addict, you just kind of, your brain wants that for some unknown reason. Addiction is crazy. Your body betrays you, your mind betrays you, your friends betray you. It's crazy. It's just, it puts you into situations that are just not good. And I just wish I could help people to not even go there. But that's just, I don't even know why people think it's normal to be high like that all the time. It's not. It's just not. It's not normal. It's not healthy. You're not doing yourself any favors. You're not doing your community any favors. You're just feeding money into these gang and other kind of criminal violence organizations, and that's not really helping anything or anybody. But I don't really know how to help people when they're in that mindset, because they don't listen very well. They don't want to hear reality. That's part of the reason why they're in that situation. They don't want to deal with reality. And but you have to, if you want to be healthy and go on with your life and have all these things that you dream about having, like your white picket fence and your husband and your kids and all that, or your spouse and your kids, I should say, and all that good stuff that almost everybody dreams about. You can't be in the street high as fuck trying to convince everybody that you're normal and you're healthy and everybody else's problem. But it's not. That's not good. But I don't have any clue how to do that. And it's just yeah, it's one of those things. So I don't know. Um but maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll figure something out. If I get really lucky and have some monies, maybe I can help to put some monies into programs that would be able to help people on those circumstances, because I know things like rehab and institutionalization situations where they're needed are very expensive. I mean, we're having a hell of a time getting my great aunt and my great uncle into memory care facilities, and it's crazy expensive. And that they're just old. Um, there's my boy. Oh, he came up to say hi. You want to say hi? Go and say hi. Go up a little bit more so they can see you. Oh yeah, he's so cute. He's so cute. Oh, you're in my lap? Oh, good boy. Sweet kitty. Oh, I love the sweet kitty. But your little face isn't showing. They want to see your little cute face. They want to see your cute little face. Oh, you're so cute. When I get a better setup, I can set it up to where you can actually see his cute little face. I might even get some equipment so that I can be walking around. I don't know if I can do this from my phone. I haven't tried that yet. Oh, he's purring. He's purring. He's so happy. But yeah, things overall are getting better. Even with the summer crazies, there's a lot of weirdness going on. People are committing crimes and shooting at each other and driving like crazy assholes and you know, your pretty typical summer stuff. It seems a little bit worse here, probably because Spokane is a much bigger city than Bellingham. But part of the reason we moved to Spokane is because there's a lot more opportunity than in Bellingham. I mean, I'm not getting very big checks here, but I am getting a monthly check, almost monthly. And I'm doing something. I'm actually able to participate in the community. I'm helping to keep a business going. I'm keeping people employed. I feel like there's taxes involved with this, so I'm even helping with the government and stuff, the city functioning and all that stuff, and I like that. I mean, it's little bitty things, but I like being able to participate in my community, and I wish I could find a job where I could do something, but like I've said before, they take these simple jobs that you don't need a freaking 12-year degree for and made it so complex that you almost have to have a psych degree, a doctor's degree or a nursing degree, and all this other degrees just to go out and say to somebody, hey, you're down on your luck, you want some help? It's just crazy. Or to go into school and help a teacher with different things with the class. You don't need 15 million degrees. I don't need to know anatomy to help a kid figure out what 1 plus 2 is. I mean, seriously, we are making it way too complicated for no goddamn reason, and it needs to stop. It's part of the reason why we're having troubles with things like finding a good doctor. These people put all this money into going to school, and they go to school for like, what, 12, 15 years? Sometimes 20, depending on what kind of degree they're getting. And then they can barely get a job because, or their job doesn't pay very well. Or they gotta deal with all these asshat people that just won't take care of themselves. Because I know that's one of the things every time I find a doctor, one of the things they mention, especially with patients like me, I've fibro, is that they're very frustrated with these patients because it seems like all they want is medication. They don't really want to do any of the things that it takes to actually feel better. And here I'm somebody who wants to do all the things that it takes to actually feel better, and I can't find a doctor that'll help me with that process. And I just don't get it. I mean, you you have the right to live your life the way you want, but once you start to get sick, you have to adjust or you're not going to get better. And weight management, dietary changes, those are all part of getting better. And you'll find that you feel better in the long run if you start doing some of that stuff, and you might even be able to continue. If you like being fluffy, you might even be able to continue to be fluffy. If you're somebody that likes to be very thin, you might continue to be thin, but maybe not that thin. It's just those things that people just don't want to fight it. They don't want to. They want some magic pill, and that's not how it works. Sometimes things just happen, and you don't get better. I'm not expecting to get better from my fibro. But I am doing my very best to live my life as best as I can, and the metabolic disorder also makes it very difficult for me to take medications because sometimes you treat for one problem, it creates a whole new one. Like, we realized I needed to be careful with codeine because I started getting the shakes. Every time I take codeine, I'd start shaking. I don't know what that is, because I knew you shook when you were addicted to something, but I didn't realize you shook um if you take it too frequently. And the doctor said I've just been taking it so much my system doesn't know how to process it anymore. So I've been trying very hard to, I mean, I can't even take ibuprofen right now without something in my abdomen swelling up. So and the other problem is that I get hurt very easy because of the metabolic disorder, so I can just fall down and break something. And one of the guys my son watches is the same way, except I think he says he's broke his hip, which is freaking weird because he's like 20, or at least he looks like he's 20. But yeah, he has a metabolic disorder, so that's why that's happening. So he has to be really careful. And like you just have to deal with your life the with the stuff you got thrown at you. And You just gotta, you can't just be like, oh, I can be whoever I want. I have the right to live without pain. I have the right to live without this. I have the right to live without that. Well, it's not a right, it's a privilege. I hate to break it to you. It's not a right, it's a privilege. And if you want to be healthy, you have to live healthy. And that means something different for pretty much everybody. That's why you see so many diets. Um, because the one diet doesn't work for everybody. It's not a one size fits all. The basic one that works pretty good, that I found that works pretty good, is the move more, eat less thing that was real big a while back and actually worked. People freaked out. It was great. Um, but even there, you have to be careful what you're eating because, certain things make it um, hard. Just don't have a lot of nutrition, and then it builds the fat up. And if you're trying to get rid of the fat, you don't want to like live off candy bars, which is part of the reason why things like, I think it was Slim Fast, don't work very well. Because you get used to eating these candy bars and these shakes, and then when you get off the diet, that's what you want. And they do that on purpose so that you'll stay in the cycle. Um, but yeah, it's just like for me, I know not to take the goodies out because then I'll just start incredibly craving them, but I haven't really been buying a lot of I haven't been buying a lot of the stuff like cookies and cupcakes and stuff like that that I don't really need. We have been buying ice cream because it's been very hot. You're noticing I'm down here with my shoulders exposed and um no no bathrobe. It's because it's gotten very hot and it's even starting to feel a little bit warm down in here in the basement. Last night I had to take the bathrobe off to sleep because I felt like I was on fire, and I don't know how much of that is that I'm at that age where I'm going through the pause, or how much of that is just that it's starting to feel hot down here. Which is a good thing because that means whatever's causing the air bleed might be correcting itself somehow. But yeah, so everything is just getting better for us. I'm wanting, and I'm starting to think more about doing better for the community, and I'm just wanting to make more sales. Um, I'm wanting to do more things. A Famous Joe's Vendor Emporium does have online ways of getting a hold of them, or you can get a hold of me if you want to buy my stuff. Um, it's really easy, just like comment on my video, and I'll talk to you, figure out how to talk to you there. We can talk there, or we can bring it to a private thing. And I don't know how to do a private chat thingy on here, but I do know on Facebook, and it's the same name, Valerie Williams. It's the same picture, me snuggling my cat. I did that on purpose because I had a big problem with men. Ugh. Yeah, if you're even slightly pretty, even though I know I'm not that attractive, and you're female, um, though I keep getting told that I'm really pretty for my age, and people still have a hard time believing that I'm almost 49. Um, I, s- I still know that I'm not the prettiest person on the whole entire planet, so it just kind of weirds me out that I get so many men approaching me like that. And I've got my Facebook set so that I don't get dick pics anymore, which is, yeah. Hey, we know you've got that appendage. We don't need to see it. But yeah, most of these guys are really shady anyway. So I did my picture like that with my face obscured on purpose so that I don't get harassed on Facebook by people I don't know being weird. But yeah, if you contact me on Facebook, please let me know what you contacted me for, because I'm noticing I'm still getting random dudes from like the last one was from Germany or somewhere. I have no idea what he wanted because he was just all cryptic. Um, I don't know who he was, so I just ignored him. But yeah, so if you do contact me through Facebook or on my Happy Little Stitches page, um, then let me know talk about what you're interested in, because I do get comments from people who it's just weird. It's just the way the world is right now, and I don't really know. I'd say it's an American thing, but like I said, the last dude looked like he was from Germany. I get a lot from places like Pakistan and India. I don't really get the African prince. Maybe they realized I'm smart enough to not fall for that, but I do get a lot of weirdness. Uh, the last one I remember getting from India was some guy insisting that I knew who he was because he was related to some guy named Bimby, and I don't even know who Bimby is. So, yeah, that was interesting. So I just ignored him. But yeah, I think a lot of people get weird comments like that from social media. So yeah, like if you do contact me to try to arrange to buy something, be aware that I do get weird comments. So you might want to let me know what you're interested in. Also, I don't, the way that shipping is, I'm not really sure that I can ship to another country without charging crazy amounts of money, because foreign shipping is insane. Um, and then the customs rules. But yeah, if you're in the States, and I think Canada's still okay, um, just talk to me and see if you want to buy stuff. I can do pictures. You can use my videos because I've got a lot of the stuff that I'm making on my videos. I'm like I said, I'm starting to get stuff on my Happy Little Stitches page, and oh, excuse me, tummy, my tummy grumbles. Um, oh my goodness, brain work. Yeah, and then for local people in Spokane, come to the house, or you can. I'm not real thrilled about that one. Or you can go to Famous Joe's Vendor Emporium, which I have a small booth in the back. Um, that's where my stuff is. Um, like I said, I think they do have an online site. I don't think they sell online though, but could be wrong about that one. Um, but I haven't gotten any online sales that I'm aware of. Um, so that's a thing. Um, oh, if my brain would just work. But yeah, local people can go to the Famous Joe's Vendor Emporium in the Spokane Valley. And then other people can contact me through my Happy Little Stitches sales page, and yeah, my brain is starting to shut off, so it's probably a good point to quit because I think I'm repeating myself too. I hate that. But anyways, if you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe and all that good junk, and because I know I want to do live streams, but I can't do that till I have, I think it's 1,000. Maybe it's 500. I don't know, but I don't have enough subscribers, so I need to get a few more, at least a few more, to get some feedback, because I do want this to be like a helps community for disabled individuals. I don't know how to update some of the stuff, and like I said, I don't know how to do private conversations on here. I'm sure there's a way, I just don't know how to do it. Um, and maybe I'm just not where I need to be for that. Um, But yeah, I'm rambling, so I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna go get my day going and see what I can get done. And hopefully, now that I've got polyfill, I can get some more stuff done. Fill up some more boxes. I like filling up these boxes. It's been so much fun to do this. Getting stuff going, having multiple platforms for sales. I need to make enough money to do some posting because that's to get attention on my sales page for some reason. But yeah, I gotta get going and I'll talk to you later. Bye.